The laser cart and the cannon cart have been added to repo alongside a ton of other stuff, but I don't care, alright? These two weapons of mass destruction are way too good. To understand why, let's look at their upsides and downsides. The first downside being the most interesting one, and that's that they can only be used in the cart. What if I told you this isn't much of a downside at all? This means you get another slot in your inventory for other stuff, and it's not like you need to stand in the cart to shoot the cannon. Sure, it does make an impact occasionally, but honestly, it's a really fun weakness to play around. The next downside is its cost. Now again, this isn't that bad either. Whenever I've seen it in the shop, it's costed $41,000 one time and $46,000 another. That is a lot, but remember that the shotgun costs around that much anyway, and these two guns are much better than the shotgun. Another interesting downside only seen in the cannon is the recoil. The recoil is so high it will sometimes launch itself out of the cart if it's full. Again, this isn't that bad, but it is worth mentioning since I could see it being an issue if a bunch of enemies were walking in at you one after another. For the third downside, we have the charge mechanic. Now this is simply an adjustment thing. Unlike every other gun in the game, when you press E to fire, these guns don't shoot instantly. Instead, the gun first charges and then fires. It's not that bad, but I won't lie, the first time I shot the laser, I did skip a beat. The last downside is of course its upkeep cost. It does cost a fair bit of power to charge these guns, much like the shotgun, but considering that these guns kill the trudge, I think it's fair enough. Now onto the upsides, and they are numerous. Firstly, the very best upside is honestly not the damage, but its accuracy. It is perfect. The only issue is the small adjustment period on how the guns aim. It points where you're looking, and you have to grab the back of the gun to start controlling. This leads to awkward moments where the gun is pointed at you, so in order to quickly shoot the enemy, you have to move around the gun. Okay, the next upside is of course the damage. The cannon kills everything in the game in just one perfectly accurate shot. Not only that, however, the cannon kills all the enemies nearby the shot too. The laser cart, on the other hand, does require some good aim and positioning to fully kill the trudge, since it has such high knockback. For the next upside, let's talk about the defensive capabilities of these weapons. If you manage to get both the cannon and the laser, you can take one with you and leave the other behind. Do position it in a room nearby, however, so that you can retreat to that room if need be. I love to do this with the pocket cart because they're so cheap. You can essentially set up a turret anywhere. I would recommend that if you do this strategy, do it in solo, since having a teammate walk with you holding the turret is more effective. For solo players such as myself, however, this is very good, so if you see the laser cart in the shop but you already have the cannon, don't pass it up. Also, due to the high knockback, the laser cart ends up being the better defender. As you just saw in that clip, if there's an enemy where it's not worth it to waste the power and shoot them with a gun, then pull out something a bit cheaper like the pistol in order to finish them off. That's pretty much it for my first impressions on these guns. I haven't used them very much with other people yet for...
I'm buying a hammer.
Shoot them. You're not buying a hammer anymore. Holy cow. Obvious reasons. Yeah, you're gonna need a pretty trustworthy group in order to get some use out of these weapons. If you found this video useful, please drop a dang sub and also comment your opinions on these guns below so more people can see this video. Bye bye.
Oh my god, you killed.
Let's just get rid of
Look
this.
what you've done.
I killed the person using it for. This is too much power. It's probably for the best we don't buy it.